trillion is discovered when she attempts to break into the ship's secret security vault. What?
I'm in my underwear.
What happened? You stand up while you're in your underpants?
He ran to the door. I'm like, does he have pants on? This is why we don't show the video.
I was letting the cat and I forgot it was in my underwear.
I can't unsee things.
Chicken legs. Hey, live from the D&D studios in downtown Boston, it's showtime. Welcome to Hey, did you ever see that movie? I'm your host, Des, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely little co-host, Delynn.
If the cash is there, we do not care.
And joining us again, the podcaster with a degree in terror, Tony.
Hey, how's it going?
Tonight, we will be discussing the 1998 horror sci-fi movie, Deep Rising, written and directed by Steven Sommer, starring Treat Williams, Famke Janssen, Anthony Heald. As always, this podcast will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it, then come back and listen to the podcast. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment if you're listening on YouTube. Guys, please help us build this podcast, please. I see so many views on YouTube and so few likes. Please take a moment to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're listening on Apple, please leave us a 5-star review and a comment. It helps. Next week, we will be discussing Magnolia with Mikki and Tony 2.0. This has been requested by the great Radio, one of our favorite listeners. So yes, we are going to do this for radio. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think any of us have seen it. I haven't. Yeah, I haven't. And I've spoken with those two and neither of them have seen it, but it has an unbelievable cast. So I am looking forward to it.
It is heavy.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it's great.
So you're familiar?
It's the second half of Boogie Nights. Heavy.
Oh, really?
It's really good. Yeah. Well, it's the same director. He loves his ensembles, and he seamlessly puts them together. It's Tom Cruise. It's my favorite role for Tom Cruise, except for Tropic Thunder. Like, he's amazing in this. Him and Philip Seymour Hoffman, the two of them steal this movie. You'll see.
That's awesome because I love Boogie Nights. So there you go.
Tropic Thunder's another one I'd love to do.
I would too. Okay. So since we do Patreon, but you guys don't do Patreon, we also have a merch store at vvr.printify, printify.me, where you can you can head over and pick up your Hey, did you ever see that movie coffee mug? Or your Hey, did you ever see that movie shirt? And the design is pretty cool. It's fashioned after Reservoir Dogs. So be the cool kid. Be the lunatic driving to work with your Hey, did you ever see that movie shirt and your Hey, did you ever see that movie mug at the same time? I mean, if we wanted to, we could probably put the design on a hockey helmet too, and you'd be right there. So there we go.
Oh, God.
Okay, so let's do some opening thoughts on this one. So Deep Rising. Thought I'd seen this one. I really did. I remembered putting it on maybe during COVID and watching it. So thought this was going to be a rewatch. I put it on. Turns out I've never even seen 1 second of this movie. This could not have been any less familiar. Definitely never seen it. Definitely a fresh watch for me. The question is, was it any good? Because we're going to find out. Delynn, had you ever seen the movie?
You know, I don't think so. Like, I kept thinking I saw it, but it's one of those movies like you thought you saw it, but you didn't. So I definitely did not pay any attention to it if I did see it. So it was a fresh watch for me.
Tony, you picked the movie, so I know you've seen it.
I did.
Would you like to elaborate?
After the disappointment that was Deep Blue Sea, I had to pick up something that was fun, brainless, and just didn't require a lot of thought, a lot of planning. Let's just do it and have fun.
Oh, you hit the nail right on the head there. That's exactly how I would describe this movie. But I would probably add a few more thoughts towards the end,
The hell you say?
which I will. With a box office budget of $40 million and a box office gross of just $11 million, I wasn't the only one that didn't see this movie. This was considered a huge fail for the studio, unfortunately. I don't know how it did on the back end with DVD sales or if this ever reached cult classic status. I don't think it has, because again, oh, has it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had never heard of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that claim that this is among their favorite movies. So clearly it did. What happened to this movie, it had the extreme misfortune of being released a month before Titanic. And Titanic crushed everything for a year.
The better of the two cruise ship movies.
That was named a cruise ship disaster. Yep.
Yeah. So it literally Titanic crushed everything. So it took a long time for other movies to even be noticed after Titanic. It was such a blockbuster. So.
I fucking cried so hard in the movie theater watching Titanic.
Me too.
I was in the theater just sobbing like a bitch. Tony, did you sob like a bitch when you saw Titanic?
I might have shed a tear or two.
Okay.
I will never deny that final scene of her, going through,
Yeah.
Dude, even the notes of Celine Dion's song.
Yeah.
It's just, as soon as you hear those 2 or 3 opening notes, you're like,
it's so good.
It's so good. The whole movie, I mean, I could sit here and tear it apart as just the chick flick, the inconsistencies, the bullshit that she, throwing the fucking jewel in the thing in the end. And, never mind the life she had all through this. She's going to meet up with the one fuck she had for a weekend at the end of her life. Never mind the husband. She had to have a husband. She had a daughter. So where's the husband in all this situation? He got fucked in the ass.
Listen, it was a young Leonardo DiCaprio. That's who you want to meet at the end. All right.
That's who you're looking for.
Fucking husband was like a deli maker, like making sausages in the village, fucking fat and bald. Do you think she's like, it was just till the end. It was just till the end of life. That's what I said in the vows. It's going to be fucking Leonardo in the afterlife. Sorry there. Fucking.
He had to have a good life to make her live the life that she lived.
Sorry, Tony.
All by herself. Every picture was her in front of a plane or in fucking Serengeti, all by herself. So this guy had to die early. I'm not saying she killed him, but I'm just saying.
So Rose was the Black Widow.
Dude.
Okay.
I didn't say it, you did, but the fucking shoe, if the fucking necklace fits,
Oh, shit.
Oh,
All right. Let's get this fucking door floating. So here we go. Fast.
Get the door floating.
Thank you. I'm glad you caught that. Time for the Fast Five. Fast Five. We're going to go a little bit similar to last week. I thought this one was fun, though. So I got a list of the 10 worst ways to die. Okay, this is a list I found. 10 worst ways to die. And today is just going to be choose your fate. Choose your fate. So I'm going to give you 2 ways to die, and you're just going to tell me which one you choose. Okay?
Deal.
So it's going to be process of elimination. Number 1. Being buried alive. The terror of being conscious while trapped underground, facing suffocation. Or radiation sickness. Exposure to high levels of radiation leading to a slow, agonizing death as the body's cells and organs are destroyed, causing immense pain and suffering. Tony, choose your fate.
I'll take the radiation sickness, thank you.
Lynn.
I'm going to go with buried alive.
I believe the correct answer here is buried alive, because you're going to fall asleep from lack of oxygen, and that's it. You're just going to slip into a nice permanent sleep. That's it. Bury me alive.
I get a claustrophobia thing, so no, I can't.
Well, here's the thing, though. I suppose there's got to be a caveat here. I would have to be in a small box. I wouldn't want to be buried alive, like just dirt on the face. That would suck.
Like Pesci in Casino.
That's not the buried alive you want.
That's no.
Okay. Number 2, burning. The intense heat and pain of being burned alive make this a particularly excruciating method of death. Or scaphism, an ancient Parisian torture method. Scaphism involved being trapped between 2 boats, force-fed milk and honey, and left to be devoured by insects, leading to death by sepsis and dehydration. Tony, Pick your fate.
I'll take the honey coating bugs. Thanks very much.
Dylan.
I forgot what the first one was. I'm so disturbed by
Burned,
this.
burned alive. Burned alive.
Oh, I think burned alive because it's quicker. It's quicker.
No, it's.
I mean, just smash.
I think I'd go into shock and just die.
Smash between two boats. The correct answer is scaphism, because at least you can lick the honey off your lips as you fade into death. Okay. Number 3, crucifixion, the OG. A slow and agonizing death by being nailed or tied to a cross, suffering from exhaustion, dehydration, and asphyxiation. Or hanged, drawn, and quartered, a particularly brutal form of execution involving hanging, disembowelment, beheading, and the division of the body into 4 pieces. Tony, pick your fate.
I'm going Christ-like. I'm going on the cross.
Dylan.
I'm going to go with the second one because you're dead after one of those things, I think.
Hey.
Or pretty close to it.
If it was good enough for Christ, it's good enough for me. Crucifixion is the correct answer. Number 4, boiling to death, being slowly scalded in boiling liquid. Or impalement, a gruesome method of execution where the victim is pierced by a large, sharp object and left to die. Tony.
I'm going to go with the first one. I'm going to go with the first one. I don't want to be pierced.
Death.
I'd rather be boiled.
Be like a big lobster. Hey, people, do me a favor. Kill your lobster with the knife on the head before you put it in the boiling. What the fuck is wrong with you? Fucking bunch of fucking serial killers out there. Dylan, which way are you going to go?
Gosh, they both sound so fun. I'm going to go boiled alive. I think you'd go into shock pretty quickly and die.
The correct answer is impalement. I fucking want to be dumped into a bath of scalding anything. Okay, number 5. The breaking wheel, also known as the Catherine wheel. This torture and execution method involved breaking the victim's limbs while they were strapped to a wheel, leaving them to an agonizing death. Or drowning. This is the feeling of suffocation and panic that is matched by no other type of death. Which one? Tony, pick your fate.
I'm going drowning.
Dylan.
Drowning.
The correct answer is drowning, because that other one sounds like it hurts. Okay. There you go. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Pretty janky delivery. All right. And then I think the most disturbing and terrible way to die would be by this monster in this movie. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
You fucking kidding me? Okay, there you go.
Get drunk up like a Capri Sun.
Okay, box lunch. Let me give you a synopsis. A group of heavily armed hijackers board a luxury ocean liner in the South Pacific Ocean to loot it, only to do battle with a series of large-sized, tentacled, man-eating sea creatures who had already invaded the ship. I couldn't tell if it was 1 sea creature, 2 sea creatures, or 10 sea creatures. It didn't matter to me. I fucking loved it. Tony, what do you think?
Yes.
How many sea creatures?
It's definitely just the one.
Okay.
All the tentacles have their own kind of mind of their own, all controlled by one, though. The more research I did on it, the more things I looked into, it was just literally one head with all those things coming off of it.
Okay, so you had the nucleus in the ballroom, and it just spread out throughout the ship.
The entire ship. Big ass fucking thing.
It's great. Yeah. I love it. All right, Dylan, let's get into this blockbuster.
Captain John Finnegan and his crew, Joey the mechanic and Leela, his first mate, are hired by mercenaries Hanover, Mulligan, Mason, Billy, T-Ray, Mamuli, and Vivo to pilot their boat across the South China Sea to an undisclosed rendezvous point. Tensions are high with low visibility, and Finnegan's boat is a hunk of shit. Joey, being the curious little Benny that he is, looks in the cargo at what the mercenaries have brought with them and finds several weapons-grade torpedoes and gets a beating for his nosiness. So the minute they introduce us to these mercenaries, I have forgotten all of their names, and I don't give a shit. It's okay. I know these dudes are expendable. I don't care. It's fine. I appreciate the little things that they did to drive home that Finnegan's boat is a piece of shit. There's water, like literally, like he's driving along and there's water dripping like on his shoulder. It's ridiculous. He's flying blind. They're going probably 50 miles an hour, if not faster, in the dark, out in the ocean. The radar is not even working. It's like, don't you think you should stop the ship? Like, I mean, I know you're in the middle of nowhere, but still. And just to back up just a little bit, I liked the monster vision that we get at the beginning of the movie. The large bones, the whales bones, the sunken ships. And you can tell that there's ships from modern times, and there's something that looks almost like a Spanish galleon. So this is telling you whatever has been bringing these ships down there has been there for a really long time. And I appreciated that little nugget of information about the sea monster before we even get there.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on the opening shot. I mean, of course, the first thing that came to my mind is the opening to Jaws, right? I mean, it's got the vibe, it's got the ominous music. We see the power, we see the speed of the monster, you know, with these one whiff of its tentacles or whatever's, you know, propelling it to the ocean, and it's making its way quickly. Like you said, you know, we see the wreckage, we get the idea that this thing's probably been under the water for a long time. It's a nice setup to the monster, and it's a nice setup to the movie.
No, I definitely agree. I actually forgot about that opening scene because it's so quick. It's only about a good, 45 to a minute. And but you're right, Dylan, it gives us this gives us the scale, gives us the, what it's done, the history of it, how long it's been doing it. You hit it perfectly on the head. As far as that opening scene goes, the introduction to all the mercenaries, I dug it because all the mercenaries are filled with that guy. Oh my God, that guy's in it. Oh, that guy's in it. So you have Train Spotting, you have fake Colin Farrell, you have that guy from all the drug movies, you got Treat Williams, you got the guy from The Mummy's in it. Awesome. And so it's like you got everybody you know, and you can tell who they are, and you can tell the attitude and who's in charge of what. All right, he's the gun guy, he's the crazy guy, he's the womanizer. You know how they're all going to go. They literally lay it out in one conversation. It's like the intro to Reservoir Dogs. You know who's an asshole. You know who's the cool guy. You know who's the regular guy. It lays it out. You don't care about names. You don't care about anything. Let's just get to the action. And we meet the three bosses. You meet Treat Williams, captain of the boat. You meet his mechanic, who's the lackey. He's hysterical. Like his lines that he drops in this movie make the whole movie. And apparently a lot of them were ad-libbed, which makes me even happier. And we meet his girlfriend, who's a wicked badass on her own. And everybody, you see their roles, you see the dynamic, and it's all laid out. You don't need anything else. There's no reason to get the backstory, anything like that. You got it.
I mean, like I said, I'd never seen the movie before, and we got this really kind of serious, intro shot. Like I said, it kind of reminded me of Jaws. Felt like it was going to be a big boy movie. But then we broke into the opening scene, and this felt so campy. And when I say camp, I'm not talking about it had scent, like a little scent of camp to it. No, this for me felt like Naked Gun or Spaceballs, with all the quick humor and gags, like when John quickly shuts down the solitary screen. I mean, this is the blow up doll in the fucking cockpit. Treat Williams was giving off the Leslie Nielsen vibe. He was. And I don't like this actor. Nothing ruins a movie worse than Treat Williams. But in this movie, it was fucking great. So at this point, I'm getting myself into fun, campy horror movie mode. I'm like, okay, I know what I'm about to see, right?
I think you're giving it too much credit on the humor. I think it was cleverly done. It was tongue in cheek. It wasn't satire. It wasn't parody. It was exaggerated. And when his first mate is getting the hell kicked out of him for being nosy, and he comes down and tries to stop it, you get the sense that he's got his quips, he's got his one-liners, but you get the serious of the characters. It lays out the hierarchy going forward.
There were some visual gags, though, like the radar, like a green line with a red dot. And I mean, there was stuff going on where I was like, where's Barf,
I took it as, look, we're in the 90s. CGI, obviously, as we see later in the movie, is not up to where it needs to be. The budgetary constraints of this movie, the limitations that they had. I took it all as this guy pieced this boat together out of spare parts. He's making a living. Basically, what this is this is the oceanic view of Firefly. It's like it's guys trying to get by, taking some terrible jobs that no one else wants to take on something that he literally built in his backyard, and he's got a buddy who's keeping it going for him.
I mean, it's the Millennium Falcon. What a piece of junk.
Totally the Falcon.
It's the Winnebago. It's the Winnebago in fucking Spaceballs is what it is. Tony, I couldn't disagree with you more on the special effects thing, though. Dude, if you told me these shots at the end, the last hour of this movie was shot yesterday, I'd have been like, dude, this is one of the best monsters I've ever seen. Not to spoil my review.
Yeah, I disagree.
Oh, come on, dude. We're going to get to it. There's a couple of shots in this where I had to look away. That's how good it was.
There's a couple that they really, you can tell this is where they spent their money. And there's other ones where these tentacles are just rolling over each other. It's going so fast it looks like the Transformers when they haven't been rendered right. It didn't work for me. You see a blue screen, you see the outlines. Yes. But you know what? It adds to the charm of the budget, the low budgetness, and the camp, like you said, the campiness of the movie. It adds to it to me. It didn't take away, even though it should have. Any other movie, I would sit here and it would be a major, like, oh, fuck this. They didn't put anything into it. It was damaged by the budget. This added to it.
That's crazy to me because I saw it completely opposite for me. The last part of the last hour of the movie is what it lost all its camp for me and it became a real movie. So next we get up on board the cruise ship and we're going to get the woman in the red dress, right? I love this. The woman in the red dress. It's fucking great. Snap a bubble gum. Cheeky look, lifts the security guard from the captain. I know immediately she's up to no good. And I also know this will be a very fun, easy movie to follow. I know I don't have to pay attention. I can just have fun. This, for me, the only way I could describe it, it's a Saturday morning cartoons. It's a Scooby-Doo. It's a great mystery, but I don't have to pay attention to follow it. And I'm fine with that. Next, like Lynn said, these mercenaries, these are made up of the best B actors in Hollywood. I recognized all of them, but I didn't know any of them, except for Benny, right?
Which one was Benny?
Evan J. O'Connor.
No, which one was
Joey.
he?
Joey.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So you recognize him from The Mummy.
Benny from The Mummy.
Yeah, and he played a very similar role here. I mean, he had the same cadence in his voice, same kind of humor we were getting out of him. Mm-hmm. I talk about this more at the end of the movie, like in my final notes. If he had been the only humor in this movie, if he had been the comic relief and you had built around him a bunch of really serious, like hard-hitting Hollywood actors, for me, this movie could have been like next level awesome because I just can't tell you how impressed I was with the monster when I finally saw it and with the kills when I finally saw them. I thought it was next level. I literally can't believe you guys didn't see it the way I saw it.
Oh, I'm not saying it was bad. I just didn't see it as The Mist. The Mist to me is a creature feature that those effects worked for me.
The Mist was such a piece of shit.
Oh, we're going to have words. We're going to have fucking words now.
That movie only wishes it had a fucking giant sea serpent vagina eating thing.
Oh, dear.
Vagina eating thing. Oh, my God.
Dude, that thing looked like a giant of teeth and a giant fucking the lips that came around. And it was fucking great. It was fucking great.
We're going to move on.
Yeah. And finally, we get this Mexican standoff where John saves Joey. This scene was so ridiculous. These mercenaries are so goofy over the top. It's a play on what you would get from like serious mercenaries in a serious mercenary movie, but it's not. Everybody's got a gun to everybody's head at the same time, but I love it. I'm just not a knock. It's fun. Yeah. I'm going along for a ride. Normally I don't like Treat Williams as an actor, but like I said earlier, here it works. He's my Leslie Nielsen. Take me through this. Let's do it, Treat. That's what I got.
Well, so here's the thing that you need to know about this film too, is that initially Harrison Ford was tied to it, and it had an over $90 million budget. A lot of it going to Harrison Ford, of course, but it had a $90 million budget. And then Harrison Ford wanted to do Air Force One instead. So they were like, okay, obviously we're losing our A-list actor, and they get Treat Williams, and the budget went the studio just took all the money away from it. So they lost about $50 million.
Yeah. And the other thing was when Harrison Ford was still contemplating, they approached Jim Carrey to be the mechanic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but once Harrison Ford left, Jim Carrey's like, no, if he's not doing it, I'm not doing it. But imagine what movie we would have got if those two were in it. Yeah. I don't think it would be half as good. I wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah. It would have been something completely different.
But my only point was that I think that the monster was good enough for this to be something special. That's how much I love this monster, but we'll get to it.
Meanwhile, the Argonautica, an ultra-luxury cruise ship built and owned by Simon Canton, is undertaking its maiden voyage. The ship is filled with rich people gambling and partying. Pickpocket and lady thief Trillian is discovered when she attempts to break into the ship's security vault. Refusing the break, she is locked up in a walk-in refrigerator. Without warning, all of the systems on the state-of-the-art bridge fail. Something is rising from underneath the ship, and it hits the boat with such force, passengers are thrown all about and begin to panic to escape. A woman locks herself in a restroom and is attacked by something unseen that drags her down into the toilet in a spray of blood. So this is our first kill in the movie. And when I say I actually paused the movie, laughed out loud, and was like, this is fucking amazing. Like, I laughed so hard. I think I laughed for like a good, like, solid minute because it was just so bad. It was amazing. You know, I think it's so bad, it's good is the tagline for this movie. I mean, who names the female jewel thief Trillian St. James? It's so fucking corny. But again, I don't care. It's okay. Yeah. I'll allow it.
And it's Famke Janssen, which is just amazing. I have loved her since GoldenEye. And as soon as I'm like, Famke's in it? Shit, I'm in. In that red dress? Damn. So good.
I mean,
most of the budget went to that fucking extra scene. That was just over the top. Hundreds of people, fleeing, fire dancers, bartenders making out. It was like totally the Roman orgy of the sea vessels. Yes. And it was so you're expecting like, all right, how are we going to get everybody through this? Like, this is going to be insane. And that's the last you see of it. It's like there's like 5 to 10 minutes of this big ocean packed ship, and then it just all goes to hell.
Yeah.
So, but again, not cheesy. At least that part of it. It was like some chaos going on. Yeah, the woman being pulled down a toilet, loved it. Love it. Same exact reaction. Like, now I know what we're dealing with. All right, this is perfect.
Yep. Also, that is like one of my main fears is like something coming out of the toilet and grabbing me. So like I saw that and I was like, that dumb bitch, why would you sit on the toilet? Like, you know, you're not supposed to sit on the toilet. Something's going to get you.
So I mean, once we're on board the ship, things get pretty awesome here. We get this nice little callback to the gum chewing woman in the red dress blocking the camera, right? And again, I am thinking of movies like True Lies, which I love. So I am still on board with this thing. No pun intended. When she's caught in the vault, we get more of this Naked Gun humor between her and Simon. So Simon is the guy who's bankrolling the boat. And again, the exposition between the two of them, I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it than just campy. It's not real. The jokes are over the top. This isn't how people talk to each other. It's fucking funny. I'm absolutely loving it. I think this movie knows what it wants to be. I don't think this is a serious movie that's coming off this way. I think the director is completely aware of what he's doing here. And it's working for me.
Well, it's Steven Sommer who did the Mummy trilogy, which was awesome. Like, I don't know anyone who doesn't like Brandon Fraser's Mummy.
Love it.
Everybody just loves it. And it's the same kind of hero, same kind of dialogue, same kind of quipping off each other, most of the same cast at this point, you know? And it's just fun. It doesn't take itself seriously. You're 100% right. I loved when he was revealed as who he was, because I'm like, oh, Dr. Chilton from Silence of the Lambs. It's like, again, it's another one of those guys who plays smarmy dickheads, playing a smarmy dickhead, and gets to just chew the scenery with it.
It's so funny. I literally wrote in my notes later on, this guy always plays a smarmy dickhead. That's the exact wording I used.
He's so good. I mean, he's not going to play a lead. He's not going to play it like he's a slimy dickhead because he's scrawny. He's got the pointy head, the pointy nose, and just the voice. His voice is like, oh, he's the elitist. He's so good at it. Yes. And he's the perfect foil for everybody else that we got. I mean, the thing is, we have no good guys in this movie. Everybody's an anti-hero. You cheer for the lesser asshole. We're cheering for mercenaries and thieves.
Yeah.
Which is really fun.
Or you're cheering for the monster.
Yeah, one or the other.
Yeah. So I love the scene with the entire boat being disabled by switching out 3 CD-ROM discs by this unknown agent, right? This is fucking so much fun. I mean, 1, you want to know who the agent is. 2, 3 CD-ROM discs, right? Again, this is so ridiculously simple and easy to digest. And I just love it. I think it was fucking great. And then going back to the camp thing, right? I want to comment on the shot of the ship's janky 1972 DeSoto style wiper blades. As Simon says at the same time we're seeing the shot, he says, "This boat is state of the art technology." It is fucking perfect satire hidden in plain sight. Like, it's so airplane. Like, this is like putting like the old fucking janky wiper blades on the space shuttle. It's fucking great. I absolutely love it. And Dylan, I couldn't agree with you more on this first kill. We get the scores of people trampling each other in the hallways, Tony, which I loved. I thought it looked great. You get the woman just being hammered down onto her face and they just step on her head as they go by. And then we get the woman being liquefied La Machine style in the bathroom. And this is going to be probably the first hour of the movie. This is what the kills look like, which got me nervous. I was like, I'm going to need to see a monster soon, but we'll get to it.
Finnegan's boat runs over a speedboat that had fallen off the shaken Argonautica. The impact rips a hole in the side of the boat. Despite the setback, they make their way to the cruise ship that they can see disabled close by. The mercenaries seize control with the intention of looting the passengers and the vault, and then using the torpedo stored on board to sink the ship. Leaving Leela and Billy behind to repair the boat, the group boards the ship through an open door designed for jet skis. The group reaches the ballroom only to find blood and no sign of the passengers. The group splits up, because that's always smart, to get some of them to get some parts for the ship and others to go to the vault and take what they can. Trillian escapes the walk-in and returns to the vault to finally get her hands on some loot, only to run across the mercenaries. When the vault opens, one of the mercenaries gets an axe to the face. Simon Canton, the ship's captain, and several guests are inside the vault hiding. The mercenaries open fire, killing everyone but Canton and the captain, while Trillian slips away. So this is the end of the buildup. Our buildup is about to pay off. We've set it all up. It's about to be monster time. I was kind of thinking that this is around the time that Famke Janssen was in a lot of movies. Was this pre-X-Men or right around the time of her first being in the X-Men?
I think it was pre.
Okay. And I think they kind of were counting on her star power a little bit to make up for using the Temu version of the other actors and saving a little money so that they could spend more money on the CGI. But maybe I'm wrong, but I think that she's probably the biggest star in this movie.
Originally, if I remember right, Claire Forlani from friggin' Mallrats, she was actually cast in Shooting, and then she didn't get along with Steven Sommers, so they literally recast her like a week into shooting. And so Famke Janssen came in kind of last minute with it.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
So as they approach the cruise ship, John says they have a dozen ways to call for help. Like, we're not just going to be able to go take this over. And Hanover says, not anymore, right? So we know the unseen agent that switched to 3 CD-ROMs is a mole working with the mercenaries, which I thought was pretty cool because you see that he's in a ship's uniform. So we know they have a mole on board now. And at first, of course, I'm thinking it's the woman in the red dress, right? It's a misdirection.
Yeah, they leave that, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was fucking great because for a movie this simple, it's such a simple concept, it's effective, but it's not over the top. It keeps the movie from being completely one-dimensional. It adds just enough zhuzh to keep it interesting.
I agree. I mean, the fun thing is they do try to make mysteries happen on this, but it's like, it doesn't matter. You're just having so much fun with the cast. You're having so much fun. Like, all right, I don't care who's doing what. Let's just see where it goes because the dialogue's good. The acting's good. It's just over. It's everything is so exaggerated. You can't help but just love every interaction.
Yeah. I mean, what you just said is going to come into my notes later in the movie. So, I mean, we're all seeing this movie exactly the same. You know, is the twist ending going to matter like in Usual Suspects? No, it's not going to matter, but it doesn't mean I don't love it. Right. I mean, right. The story and the plots and the twists are an afterthought in this movie that are a good afterthought, if you will. Like Dylan said, once on board the cruise ship, the movie switches gears, but it stays true to the campy feel. With scenes like when Mason like slides a few bucks off the poker table, right? And he shoves it in his pocket when nobody's looking. It's fucking great. Or the close-up of the bullet shells hitting the floor as the group literally unloads 1,000,000 rounds into nothing, followed by a shot of John yelling, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then he puts his finger up to his mouth and goes, shh, like, okay, shh, guys. And then they just fucking start unloading again. And we get this close up of Joey and John's faces, just like, oh, those silly guys. They're just going to shoot, you know? I thought it was brilliant. I laughed out loud, you know, and I didn't expect to be laughing out loud during this movie.
I mean, part of what I mean, I was thinking about going into tonight. It's like I finished the movie. I'm like, this is going to either be the longest or the shortest podcast because there's literally like 5 points of action in this one movie. It's just there's running, there's shooting, there's yelling, and then it's over. There's not much to it. But damn, I love every minute of it. Like none of it. There was no watch looking. There was no pulling the phone out. It was just fun. It was just I wanted to see what absurd set piece are they going to throw in next. Where is this thing going to pop out of? What vent? What what porthole? What door? It's just going to be there.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing that they was really, really successful in this movie was the pacing, because the first hour of the movie is very good. It's funny, like we were saying, very easy to follow. It goes by fairly quickly, but once we hit like the 50-minute mark, this thing goes into fucking overdrive and we go into like warp speed. And I am now officially on for the rest of this ride without ever rolling my eyes and being like, oh my God, there's another 40 minutes in it. No, never happened. I love that we have, and Tony, this part of what I'm going to say here just proves that the movie isn't just a fucking slapstick, stupid movie. I love that we have the wild card locked in the pantry, right? The woman in the red dress again. And she is crafty as fuck. And now we realize she's not with the mercenaries. We don't know who she is. She escapes and is definitely a monkey wrench, right? In the mercenaries' plan. And at this point in the movie, I can't wait to see how this is all going to come together. Like, who is she? What's she doing? How is she going to interact with these mercenaries? And I agree with Dylan. Famke Jensen, she's great in this. She's doing her best Julia Roberts impression. I mean, impersonation. I couldn't see anything but Julia Roberts whenever she was on the screen here. She just looked.
I was seeing Jean Grey.
Yeah.
I mean, she reminded me of her in the movie she did with Nick Nolte.
I Love Trouble.
Yeah, I love that movie. That's a lot of fun for me. You guys have both seen it?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
That's not a Tony movie.
That's totally a movie.
And finally, we get our second kill here. Leela and Billy are on the boat. She's working on the hole in the hull, and Billy's on the deck. And we get some more really great humor here if you're paying attention. Billy says to Hanover, only a fool would be out here in this rain. Right? And he's the only one standing out just getting pissed on. And he realizes what he's just said, that he's the fool out in the rain. And it's like, psh, and I fucking laugh. I thought it was fucking great. And this is all just moments for Leela's ripped through the hull by the unseen sea monster again with another spray of blood. It's a great scene, and it has me wanting to see this monster more and more. And I was starting to get worried that they didn't have a monster for us, and that the short reel Dylan was going to make was going to be like, "Where's the monster?" Kind of like an Alien.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was doing this intentionally. And it was working because I wanted this fucking alien. And finally, we get the hatchet to Vivo's forehead. Dude, I love this Heinz ketchup, little plastic fucking hatchet. It looks fucking great.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere. That's the last thing you would think in a monster movie is someone's going to get an axe to the head. Like, especially in that scene, it's like, all right, we're going to move the story along. We're going to get into the vault. We're going to see like what their intentions are. Boom, axe to the head.
Yes.
It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I thought it looked great. I was impressed.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It was a lot of fun. And if I'm not mistaken, this is where Simon starts talking to Hanover, and we sort of start getting the picture starts to come into focus.
They know one another.
They know one another. Yeah. So again, it's not completely one-dimensional when you break it down for a podcast. If you're just watching it with a bucket of popcorn, it might feel like that. But once you start really dissecting it, there's a little more than meets the eye here.
In the ship's workshop, Finnegan and Joey are scavenging parts under the watch of 2 mercenaries. Of course, these 2 cannon fodder mercenaries only have minutes left to live, and once Finnegan and Joey realize they're in danger, they take what they can and run. They find Trillian in the elevator. When the elevator opens again, the remaining mercenaries and the captain and Tennille are waiting for them. Everyone reunited, the elevator drops to the bottom of the ship, releasing the group into a blood-soaked hallway littered with gooey skeletal remains. Creatures are apparently coming for them, and the group runs. They find a locker room where they can take a moment to regroup. There, Canton is revealed to be the saboteur, having hired the mercenaries to sink the unprofitable ship so that he could collect on the insurance. The creatures appear as Canton and Captain Atherton fight, releasing a partially digested mercenary after Finnegan shoots it. After the creatures attack and eat Captain Atherton, Canton theorizes that the creatures are an evolution of a Toya, which drains their victims of their bodily fluids and then eject the bloody carcasses. So it was right about the time they got to the locker room that I was trying to figure out how Trillian's red dress still looked perfect and pressed, and her hair still looked great. I'm like, okay, she was like thrown around in a walk-in refrigerator. She was in there like eating strawberries and crap, and she still looks perfect. I'm like, how we got to dirty this girl up. Stuff like that makes me a little crazy. Again, I'm only picking this apart because we're doing the podcast. If I was just watching this for fun, I wouldn't give a shit. But it is a little lack of attention to detail. Now, for me, we get a good look at the monsters. The CGI is a little janky. This is 5 years after Jurassic Park. I know the movie did not have the same budget as Jurassic Park, and it's not a Spielberg movie. It's a small complaint. I feel like if they had maybe mixed some real effects into the CGI, it might have had a better feel. Like there's a couple of moments where they could have done like a puppet of some sort, and it probably would have been obvious it was a puppet too, but I don't know. I always find that if you mix a little of the real in with the CGI, I find that it works better for me.
I completely disagree with you on everything you just said, starting with the woman in the red dress, okay? He put her in that red dress on purpose. It's the woman in the red dress that never gets dirty. Her hair and makeup is perfect. It's done intentionally. I wanted to see him run her through a fucking mud puddle and have her still have perfect makeup, perfect hair, and a red dress. Like, it was the charm of the movie. She's the woman in the perfect red dress.
Well, see, I actually like it because I feel she did get messed up. The hair started coming out, getting a little messy bob, made her even fucking hotter. Yeah. So there's nothing more than just that hair starting to come out the sides, and the makeup's a little not smeared, but it definitely she became more real girl.
Yeah,
and it's funny because that was one of the notes that I read on in the research is that she was really bothered by it because she's like, I wouldn't be this way. And Steven Sommer's like, you don't have to care what you look like because you're not the romantic lead. You're just an actress in the situation. You don't have to look good. So he threw her in a tank top and pants, like to take the shape away from her. She was a little boxy at that point, but again, still Famke Janssen, still fucking hot.
Yeah.
Every time you say Steve Sommers, all I can think about is Pretty Boy Floyd.
Only you would get that.
With leather boys with electric toys.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no. So this is where I was starting to get nervous. So we see just a glimpse of Sigmund the Sea Monster here. We don't really get a name, so I'm just calling him Sigmund the Sea Monster for all you 70s kids out there. And I thought it looked fucking great, dude. I never had a problem with this monster. In fact, quite the contrary. I loved this monster. It knows what it is, Tony. It knows what it is. It stays in its lane, and I feel like it's got a fucking ace up its sleeve.
It does. I mean, everything you're saying I can't argue with, except for that it's perfect in every scene. I would give it like 80-20. 80% of the time, no problem with it. 20%, man, that just is. This one they were in a rush. They had to get the scene out. And again, not terrible. I'm pleased, unless if it's because of the podcast I'm saying it. It's like I wouldn't care otherwise. It's just knowing that they had Rob Bottin in the background working on creature effects and didn't use his stuff. They kept asking him, like, give us a tentacle, give us something. And all of a sudden, some things show up and they end up too late and not being able to use most of it. So it's like knowing that is just frustrating. It's like, oh, we could have had something like The Thing. We could have had something like...
I didn't even know Bottin was involved with that. Now that I know that makes me even madder.
Right. So it's kind of like, oh, it could have been something even more intense. Even if they did miniature and stop motion, that would have made this movie even better. If we got like the Harryhausen Clash of the Titans Medusa look to this, like when they finally gave the big reveal at the end, to see the stop motion dozens of tentacles moving would have made this movie so much fucking awesome.
I don't know, man. That Medusa, that's janky, dude.
Oh,
I
but it
liked it because I
works
was
so
11, but I liked it. But now, no.
oh,
So,
so good.
so this is again for me anyway, and this is just how I had it written up. This is one of the charms of this movie for me because we're about halfway through, and I'm like, he doesn't have it. I'm like, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have the monster. That's why we're not seeing it. He's not confident with what he has, and he doesn't want to show it to me. So we're doing the fucking Bruce. We're doing Jaws. We're doing the Xenomorph. They don't have the fucking, they don't have the monster. They know they don't have the monster. So I've got to create it in my imagination, and they're going to give me little glimpses. But that is not what's going on here. He knows what he's got, in my opinion. He knows what he's got, and he's about to smash me in the fucking head with it. And I'm going to go, holy shit, dude, you got it. You got it. So, yeah. Next, Mamuli says, there's nothing down here but you and me, right? And we are instantly treated to this play on the Star Wars trash compactor. It grabs him from under the water, from his fucking ankle. It's whipping him around. It's smacking his head off things, and it kills him with what? A spray of blood. And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, no, he doesn't have it. And that's how I left this section.
It's coming.
I would like to say, actually, let me mention this too, real quick. The callbacks to other movies. There's like a couple callbacks to Aliens. There's a couple callbacks, but when they swim from that one through that one hallway, the arm that comes down and touches the guy's shoulder, Mulligan's shoulder, that's Jurassic Park. That's Samuel L. Jackson's arm. I was like, that's taken from Jurassic Park, because at first he's like, oh, okay, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, I was like, oh, that's
guys, this movie is camp. It is, dude.
Well, it has a lot of tributes to the things that came before it that they know. I mean, literally, they turn around and the floorboards are coming up in a row, just like it's right out of the thing.
It is.
It's like they know what works, they know what doesn't work. Let's just have fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. No one's going to be angry about that. The other thing that we kind of glossed over, and I totally forgot to bring it up, is the fact that when the mechanic in the beginning, before she's dragged out of the porthole, we get this body that floats in. That's fucking Ben Gardner and a half. That's totally Ben Gardner's head.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just has both eyes.
Yeah.
It's like, that was totally the tribute to Jaws right there.
Yeah.
It's like, recognize, appreciate, congratulate.
I was interested that they used just a regular body and not like one of those gooey skeletons. But I'm assuming the guy jumped off the ship and just died before it could get. But he had no clothes on.
He was bloated. He had been stripped by the monster, and it was getting ready to take him down. He was getting softened up.
Where did their clothes go? Because all these people were fully clothed. So like, it didn't look like it was dissolving clothes.
No, the clothes is in a big pile of shit somewhere on the boat.
Yeah, that's the way I took it.
I was kind of hoping to see like clothing bits and jewelry and stuff like that in that big pile of people, and you just get bodies. So I was like, where's all their clothes?
But they were laid out so good, just piles of.
Oh, it's cool.
We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get.
We'll
to
get
it.
there.
Eyes
Sorry.
looked all fucked up. It was great.
No, you're right. Okay. Save for the moment in the crew galley, the group argues about staying put or moving on. Mulligan elects to stay behind in the crew's galley until a rescue party can arrive, only to get eaten almost immediately. In a running battle, the survivors find themselves being herded. Attempting to rid himself of any witnesses to the insurance scam, Canton misleads the others to the bow while he moves towards an exit route. The group finds the bow is a feeding ground full of bloody skeletal remains. The creatures break through the hull, flooding the lower decks and separating the survivors. Hanover wounds Joey to slow the creatures, but Joey escapes. They meet back up, and Hanover is already half eaten, and Joey kindly gives him his gun so he can kill himself, but the asshole takes the shot at Joey instead and unknowingly wastes his one bullet, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. So, as we were talking about earlier, this is where I said, he's a smarmy dickhead. Canton is a smarmy dickhead. Mulligan, let's wait here for help. This dude's not paying attention at all. The tentacles have made it into that galley so fast, just not paying attention to what's happening here. And I love the scene with all the bloody skeletal remains, especially because he uses that haunting, echoey screams of the victims over, like, as they're looking at it, you're hearing the echoing screams from them. And I thought that was a really cool effect.
Yeah, dude, totally. This is where the movie just fucking puts it like stomps its boot onto the gas pedal. In the elevator, we learned that Simon is in fact the mole before the elevator crashes down. So we get our reveal there. This next scene you're talking about, this corridor scene, it's so nice because we finally are going to get some recognizable gore, right? It's not just a spray of blood. And it looks fucking great. These gooey skeletons, really, really, really good for me. I thought it was over the top, amazing fucking yuckiness. We get these great visuals of the walls kind of bending in and bending out and the floors. And I needed it. It was time. At this point, if I hadn't got some recognizable gore and some special effects, I would have started to check out because there's a difference between a slow reveal and no reveal, right? And he's like, okay, here we go. Got half the movie to go, kid. I got some fun for you. Start opening up your Christmas presents. It's Christmas morning. There's 5 boxes under the tree. Go start opening. And I'm loving what I'm finding. These are not socks, Tony.
Yeah, no, 100% right. I mean, the fact that I love the elevator scene because it's where we get those small quips from the mechanic. Just, what is this? That's the girl from Ipanema. It's like he's got the perfect like low key delivery and everything. It's like, it's like you're an asshole. It's like you don't even know me. It's like,
yeah, that's so great. That's so great.
It's like he's so good. But yeah, when the elevator crashes or he dumps into the hallway, and it's just literally just red, sticky, gooey. And the thing I'll always appreciate when you see a gooey body and they add steam to it on the floor, the low laying steam, that just makes it all that brings the whole that rug ties the room together. It's like it's perfect. Put the steam on it. You know they're hot. You know it smells. You know they're sticky. It's just gross. And you're right. We've all been in some sort of ship, or at least know how boat doors work. We know those, once you spin that, you know how thick those steel doors are. And when you see this thing start to pretty much bend and breathe and bow, you know something fucking huge is behind it. And they did such a good job, like the creaking, the deep noise of like the ship groaning. And it's like, those are noises that something on the other side is really going to fuck you up.
Right.
And aside from what you're literally, knee deep in, what's coming. And then once the reveal happens and those fucking tentacles come out of nowhere, like the dip behind him, it's like, oh, that's bigger than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. You're expecting something like an octopus tentacle. When you see this thing that's, the width of a girth of an elephant droop down with those spikes on it, it's like, oh shit, this is going to be great.
Dude, Dylan, what do you think I thought of when he said, "You don't even know me"?
Oh, you thought of the lady on the cruise ship.
Me and Dylan went on a cruise. I was playing 3-card poker and the dealer, I go, "You hate me." She kept dealing me shitty cards. She looks at me in the fucking most fucking Russian voice and she goes, "Hate you. I don't even know you." Like she was just deadpan as you could fucking ever get, man. So that totally brought me back to that moment.
If he dies, he dies.
Oh, she wanted me to die, 100%. So here's where we get the plot twist. That this was a heist/insurance job set up by Simon in Hanover. Now, like we said earlier, Tony, it doesn't really hit hard because it doesn't have to. This movie isn't about this plot. It's about our sea monster killing our cast, which is what we get here in grand fashion. This scene of the sea monster's belly being blown apart by the gunfire and Billy falling out half digested and still alive was absolutely amazing. How can you say that this is bad blue screen or CGI? It is.
No, it was a good scene.
It is fucking amazing. His hand is half digested. His head is half digested. He's horrified. The monster looks amazing. This was like the shot from RoboCop where the guy gets soaked with toxic waste and then gets hit by the car. It was like that. But like on steroids with amazing effects. Dude, this is where I got down on my knees in front of the TV and said, all hail Deep Rising. This is some of the best fucking horror I've ever seen. It was hard to look at, but I couldn't look away at the same time. So for me, absolute magic. I could not have loved this scene any more than I did. And from here on out, this movie hits high gear, especially, and I wrote this, in the special effects department. I thought the elevation of gore and special effects and horror was staggeringly good in the second half of this movie.
This scene, I will 100% give you. This scene, this is where they spent the money. If they're going to reveal it, they're going to show it to you. Everything was rendered perfectly. It looked real. It looked shaded and lit well. It was slimy. It was gross. When he fell out and then stood up and started groaning, holy shit. I mean, it's like you see his brain, you see the side of his jaw, and half his head's missing.
The bones in his hand.
Oh yeah, the hands he's got a Christ hole in his hand. He's looking through it.
So good.
It's like it's so over the top, but it's so good. And it just, you're right. Pedal to the metal from this point on. You know what you're in for, and they just keep giving it to you.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this is one of the best scenes like ever. It's amazing. It really is. And it's horrifying too. The thought of being half digested, which brings us back to our Fast Five last week, being digested over 2 days by a blue whale. No, thank you. I would like to recant my answer on that question. I don't want to be Billy. So Tony, next we get some really good looks at the monster as it chases Joe and Trillian down the hall, and makes some kills. And this thing looks fucking awesome to me. It is so scary and nasty. And its victims so gross. It's hard to look at in the face. For me, A+ for the monster. I love this monster.
I can't argue. It's a great monster. It's a great design. I'm going to sit here and be the horror guy. I'm going to go, all right, look, let's look at this. This ship has got to be how many hundreds of feet long? Even if this thing was centralized in the middle of it, these things, the tentacles have no eyes. They have nothing but mouths and big vagina mouths.
Yes.
That's what they get. So how are these things literally snaking and seeing? They're not bumping into shit. They're literally finding these people. I could sit here and pick it apart, but why? It's like there's, 12 levels to a cruise ship. This thing is in every room, everywhere, in the pipes, in the vents, in the rooms, in the hallways at the same time.
Because it's camp. Because it's camp.
Yeah, but here's I was thinking, like you said, how does it see them? It's motion. Okay, well, sometimes it grabs them when there isn't any motion. So
because it's Scooby-Doo.
It has no eyes.
It's Saturday morning cartoons.
I get that, but the whole point is we're doing a podcast, and when you do a podcast, you talk about that shit, okay?
Fine,
so
great.
Here's the other thought, is this thing comes from their Mariana Trench, which is however many thousands of feet below sea level, to the point that you can fit the Himalayas in there. And anything that lives down there is under incredible pressure at all times. You bring anything like a squid or like even those blobfish that live in those deep spots of and you bring them up and they just, because they're not under the pressure that they're used to, they can't. So how does this thing come to this? Once you start delving into the science, this thing fucking falls apart. But again, I don't care because it's a fucking fun movie.
I took it as it was so gelatinous. That's the word,
yes.
gelatinous.
Yeah.
To be able to squish in between in between vents, in between doors. It's jelly held together by a thin membrane. You saw that when they shot it. Some bullets it impacted it, some exploded it. So I took it as that. It was able to withstand, I got it way too deep into this when I started thinking about it. But yeah, my only issue is that it didn't say sonar, it didn't say motion. And again, I'm just fucking riding the wave because it's fun. As a podcaster and a horror guy, I'm going to pick it apart. But I don't want to because I suggested this movie. I love this movie. It's stupidly fun. I rode the wave in.
But Tony, so many movies we've done like this where the director isn't in on the joke, where he thinks he's delivering this awesome, serious piece and it's bulletproof. No, this director said my monster's in every room all the time, every time. Isn't that funny? Isn't that great? Yeah, just accept it. And that's what it is. And I was like, okay, great. I don't care how it got there. I'll tell you what, it's a lot more believable than a fucking 40-foot shark in a fucking stateroom, in 4 feet of water. That's what I'm talking about.
Chasing somebody into a fucking pizza oven.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's clueless. You're watching that and you're going, there's no fucking way this shark is in 4 feet of water chasing LL Cool J around.
Because we know what a shark is supposed to do and what it can and can't do, even if it's genetically modified. We don't know what a fucking sea creature could do, so we just accept it. That's what we want.
Yeah, I don't know. This thing could be fucking the teleporting. Or I don't fucking know how it works. Maybe it's astral projecting. I don't fucking know. So finally we get this revelation that the monster is intelligent, right? Deep Blue Sea, only this is better, right? I love this. So the monster is now intelligent. Second half of this movie transitions into, and it's what I was talking about earlier, and I wrote this down. Second half of this movie transitions into a full-blown, gory, legit horror sci-fi movie that's no joke. And it's funny because the temperature and the delivery of this movie from here on out elevates these actors. Suddenly this fucking, what's his fucking name? The lead?
Treat Williams.
Suddenly Treat Williams is good. He's like, he's giving me an actual performance here. I'm like, holy shit, he's taking it seriously now. And the transition wasn't jarring because I wanted this movie to go in this direction during the second half. I wanted it to become a real scary, cool sci-fi movie. And it did. And that was the fucking real brilliance of this, was that he somehow transitioned me into this without it being jarring. And these actors that felt like B actors doing camp fucking dialogue suddenly were fucking giving me good performances. We get into this feeding room scene with all the digested corpses. This was legit hard to look at for me. It was so good. It was killer. And the scene when Hanover double crosses Joey and then he's digested alive in grand fashion. He's standing up. The thing is fucking like chomping him at the waist. Dude, it's fucking magical. He takes the shot at Joey instead of blowing his own head off. And then fucking, karma is going to come back to bite him. There was one bullet in the gun. God so damn, I fucking love this. The second half of this movie, as the kids say today, was fucking fire. It was fire. It was like a chalupa at 2 a.m.
You letting it cook? Is that what you do?
Yeah, Tony, talk about it.
I love that he says like the kids say, and that's literally like 20 years old already.
It's fire.
It's groovy. It's groovy. No, it's good. It's just more creative ways. Like, all right, they just sat down, like get the clipboard out. How can we use a monster to get at people?
But Tony, did you feel the temperature change in the movie, in the delivery of the lines and the exposition and the way it's fed to you?
No, I'm still going to stay. Treat Williams was still one-lining it. He was still doing his quips. He just had a little more urgency because now he knows what he's up against. So I don't think it changed his performance. I think it just, the character had a little more intensity to him, but he was still, well, what now? He's still delivering his catchphrase every time he could. Yeah. And Famke Jensen is still, I'll get me off this boat. I'll give you anything you want. All right, give me a cold beer. Oh, it's still, they're still going for the laughs. Yeah. Like, oh, he's not the usual ass who's going to try to fuck me in the ass. It's like, I dug it. All the characters stayed that's why I'm arguing, because I feel the characters stayed who they were from A to Z. And I dug it. It's just they amped it up when they needed to because the situation called for it. It wasn't that they all of a sudden got serious. It's that the situation got serious.
I don't know.
But they were still the same.
I felt like I was just able to take this actor more seriously. He felt more like a leading man, I guess, in the second half of this movie than he did in the first half for me. And is that the go-to move for an asshole in the bar? Like right for the fucking cheddar?
Well,
Okay. Sounds like Tony knows his way around an asshole. Delenn, let's keep going.
Oh my God.
So moving on.
Finnegan and Trillian make it to the deck and see a nearby island. They get to Finnegan's boat, but he's lost the bag with the engine parts. Joey returns and begins repairs, and Finnegan sets the boat's autopilot to crash into the Argonautica and detonate the torpedoes. Trillian returns to the Argonautica and locates a jet ski with the fuel that they can use to reach the island, but Canton holds her up with a flare gun. Canton demands Trillian to join him or hand over the keys, but she flees and he chases her. Finnegan pursues Canton to the ballroom on the main deck, saving Trillian. The creature smashes through the main deck and revealed to be the tentacles are of a vast deep sea monster, the Octalis, rather than individual entities. The Octalis grabs hold of Finnegan, who shoots it in the eye, blinding it and freeing himself, and he and Trillian escape on the jet ski. Canton flees the Argonautica by jumping onto Finnegan's boat, but breaks his leg in doing so. Crippled, he cannot disable the autopilot and dies as the boat crashes into the Argonautica, detonating the torpedoes and destroying both ships and the Octalis. Finnegan and Trillian reach the island and reunite with Joey, who they thought had died. A roar then echoes through the jungle. The island turns out to have an active volcano on it in the distance, and something big is crashing towards them in the trees. points. Okay, the kiss felt forced and unnecessary. I didn't need it. I didn't, just stupid. There was no chemistry between these two. Just no thanks. I would rather have seen Finnegan kiss Joey. That being said, I loved the Octalis. I love the jet ski ride through the ship because it's fucking ridiculous, and that's what makes it so good.
Yep.
It felt like a level in a video game. In fact, Resident Evil 4 has a jet ski escape, so it's possible Capcom were secret fans of this movie. I'm not sure. And last but not least, this quick view of the island may seem a little, what's the word I'm looking for, familiar, and the obviously large creature moving towards them. It's because this was supposed to be a prequel for Summers to reboot King Kong, and he was able to never get it launched because this movie bombed so bad.
Yeah, so let's talk about the end of the movie. So despite me earlier saying that I didn't care about the Simon twist ending, I found at the end I did care, because again, I started caring about these characters because suddenly everybody was giving me a better performance and the story just finally started to matter to me, which is surprising because it all came at the same time as I started getting the visual gore and the monster and all that. So again, the pacing of the movie was amazing. The way they built this thing up was truly a slow burn that just exploded at the end. I thought it was brilliant. Now, I love action sports. If you listen to the show, you know I love action sports. So teasing me with a jet ski getaway, yes, please. The twist that Simon thinks he got away, but is actually going down with the ship, fucking loved it. And, and this goes back to the gun, with the one bullet. Is he going to shoot himself? No, he takes a shot at fucking Joey. I love these scenes he's giving us. It's well thought out. And finally, the stunt jet ski getaway where they fucking fly out of the ship and our anti-hero gets his new piece and gets away. 1 point on the movie right there. Like that just gets a point, right? If it was a 2.5, it's a 3.5 right there. I fucking love this fucking thing. And then when my favorite character, Joey, shows up on the island, I cried inside. I loved it. I was like, there he is. It's Benny. Benny's back. I love Benny. He's my favorite actor in the movie. He gave us the best performance. He had all the best lines. He had the best timing. It was really, really good. And then we get the Land of the Lost ending, the twist. You think they're safe on the island. Something is bursting through the trees. We don't know what it is. You're not safe in the water. You're not safe on the island. Killer ending. Absolutely fucking loved it.
I've never understood why people assault people with flare guns. I mean, I've never understood. I know that this is the only gun I got access to. Okay, but it's like, you can move. It's like dodgeball. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a flare. It's just one of those things. It's not intimidating to me. It's just dumb. But again, he's a shitty character who would pick that to do it because it's the thing he would do because he's a prick. Just because I have a really hard time for all the shit that I watch, all the stuff I've exposed myself to. I can't take compound fractures. Watching him slowly fall down, knowing he's going to hit the deck, and hearing the crack, and they're going to show a bone. They're going to show a bone. There's the fucking bone. Oh my God, it's gross. So him breaking his leg, landing on the boat, and then not being able to steer it, manually steer it, and then blowing up. You're right. The karma in this movie is so fucking good to all the right people. Loved it. The only thing, and again, this is the podcaster and the jerk in me, because I shouldn't care. The boat explosion is fucking phenomenal. They spent some money on that fucking model. And it showed. It was good.
Great.
The only thing is, the boat was parked next to that hatch where the jet ski popped out of. That boat would have made a big enough circle and come back. That hatch should have been within 15 seconds of being blown.
Yes.
They wouldn't have had time to get out. It was the slowest, biggest explosion everywhere. Yeah. And it bugged me. The CG in for the flames, for the things, this is where things started getting really, really janky to me. The jet ski flying through with the fire coming out. It was it was the Millennium Falcon flying out of the Death Star in Jedi. It was just it's hard not to be
that's what I was yelling.
Totally. It was so fun. And I loved it. I mean, and then of course, you have to follow the flames in, and you see the big head of the creature explode into these terribly pixelated, horrible triangles.
That was janky.
Yeah. I mean, but again, you have no question if it really died or not. Yes, they killed it. Yes, it's not there. The threat is gone. I loved it. They made it to the island. Oh, look, a surfboard shows up and it's Benny on it and it's great. Like, oh, it's all good. That fucking, I did not see the island coming to life.
No.
I did not see this ending coming at all. I figured, all right, maybe there's a pirate there. Maybe like they should just end it. You don't expect that from something in the 90s.
No.
It didn't seem like they would push that envelope to have King Kong rumbling through the forest at them. Like, that's just great.
Fucking
like,
awesome. And we don't know what it was going through the forest. We just know that something
Right.
big is ripping trees down. Dude, it came out of nowhere. I'm like, you're shitting me. I'm like, I want part 2. What's part 2? Give me the second movie.
It was supposed to be King Kong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have been fine if they had done a backflip on that jet ski coming out of the fucking boat.
Yeah.
You know, 2 backflips.
Just
Like
the
a
barrel
can.
roll.
Yeah, a can. Fucking knack, whatever it is. I'm fucking good with it.
Yeah, I dug it.
All right.
All around.
So is that it? We're good? We've broken down
We
Deep
did it.
Rising? All right.
That's it.
Guys, I hope that you enjoyed our discussion on Deep Rising. If you haven't seen it, I suggest go check it out. It's a great flick. All right, let's head over to the recasting couch. We'll recast this thing. We'll do our alternate endings. We'll score it and we'll get out of here. I will replace Treat Williams with one Brendan Fraser, because why not? Tony.
All right, so you got a captain who's clueless but cool, but has his one-liners, but is pretty lost a lot of the times, but still in charge. You get his right hand man is like the goofy guy, but he delivers all the best lines in the movie. And then you got his number 2 is the tough ass beat up woman and everything. It's like, all right, so pretty much we're Guardians of the Galaxy. So you got Chris Pratt, you got fucking Bradley Cooper,
there you go,
and you got Gamora.
Totally.
Those 3, just put them
Saldana.
in same movie.
Yeah, better though.
Just with a higher budget.
Better.
Yeah.
Same movie, but better. I love that.
Yeah.
So there's your fucking A-list actors that make this movie the next level.
And all of them would do this too. That's the fun thing. Like they would look at the script and go, "Yeah, I'll do this."
Nicely done, sir. I like that. Delyn, go ahead.
Okay, so I replaced Finnegan with Harrison Ford because he was supposed to be in this movie, but I didn't stop there. I left Famke Jensen in there with Harrison. I thought that might be a nice little match, especially at this time in his life. But I replaced Canton with Nick Nolte because, of course, like that's just so obvious. And I'm going to replace Hanover with Danny Trejo because, come on, that would have been amazing, amazing,
absolutely.
And then. It's funny because I spent a lot of this movie thinking this feels like a low rent version of The Mummy. You know, like nobody's really a good guy except for Evie. But, you know, so I recast Brendan Fraser as Finnegan, Rachel Weisz as Trillian, Arnold Vosloo as Hanover.
Sure.
And that's a better movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
That also works. Same path Tony took.
Yep.
All right. Let's do some alternate endings on this one. I've got one pretty good, pretty obvious.
As if we'd end the movie like that. Sure.
Let's do the Scooby-Doo ending.
Good call.
The movie ends the way we see it, but there's 10 minutes tacked on to the end where Joey, John, and Trillian are chased through the jungle by a T-Rex before being rescued by Alan Grant and Ian Malcolm, and they learn that they have stumbled onto the island known as Site A, Jurassic Park. Tony, what do you got?
We cut to the same ending, except as we're seeing the volcano, we're seeing everything. Camera swoops back down and see the 3 of them facing us, waiting for whatever's going to burst through. And then this big army boat pulls up. It's got Monarch on the side, and John Goodman steps out, and he's introducing the Kong project with Mothra, and he's got the whole record of all of them waiting to go. So it just picks up where Kong should go.
I love it.
Okay.
Works perfectly. Okay. Delyn.
When the giant creature grabs Finnegan, he is eaten immediately. That's it. He's done. Trillian is left to run back to the jet ski where Canton intercepts her. He kills her, and as he's escaping, he's grabbed by a tentacle, and he gets killed. Joey climbs back on board Finnegan's crappy ship, enacts the autopilot, escaping on the surfboard before the ship blows up. When he arrives on the beach, the ground shakes, and a face emerges from the sand, followed by an explosion of black scarabs, beckoning Benny's return to the employ of Imhotep.
That's awesome. So fucking, I gave you Jurassic Park, Tony gave you fucking Kong, and Delyn gave you The Mummy. So we all saw this thing exactly the same. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Nice job, everybody. All right.
And that wasn't even planned.
Yeah, no, and that wasn't planned. It's just how we all went. But that just shows you how great that ending was. It led itself to so many great sequels. Okay, let's do our rewatch score. For the first hour, this movie was probably about a 2.8 for me. It was above average, but not anything super special. But then we got the last 40 minutes and they were almost perfect. It was almost a perfect 5 for me. So I am giving this thing a very strong 3.89.9.
You can't have 2 points.
Point.
It's 3.89.9. So it's almost
you can't have 2 points.
Okay.
There's only 1 point.
Okay,
it's 3.899, period.
Okay, it's 3.8.
899.
Okay. I don't know why that looks so funny to me right now.
Yes.
3.899.
You're giving locations is what you're doing.
Did I hear a niner in
that's
there?
That's my social security number. All right. No, so it's 3.89.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So for me, I think this movie suffers from losing its star, and also the whole Titanic debacle. Like, if that hadn't happened, this could have been a really amazing summer movie that everyone loves and remembers years later. I know I've roasted it to bits and pieces all along the way, but overall, it's a fun popcorn monster movie. You know, turn off your brain and enjoy it. I give it a 3.76.
All right. Tony, how'd you see it?
I'm going to rescue it a little higher, only because I feel guilty because I enjoy every time this I catch it on cable. I'm going to watch it. Every time I stumble upon it in my collection, I'm like, you know what? I pull it out and just put it. It sits in the to watch pile a lot and just makes its way back to the. It's a fun all around good movie. I've never shown it to anyone who's like walked away from it going, that was fucking fun. So I mean, it's a good movie. It's just not memorable. Like when you think like monster movies, you're not going to remember this,
No.
and that's a shame. Because it deserves the audience it does get. It deserves a bigger audience. And I think everyone who does see it, loves it, wants to remember it, and it just goes away. Because there's nothing that really blows you away with it. It's just an all-around fun movie. So, I mean, I'll give it I want to give it a 4, but it's like...
I did too. That's why I went 3.89.
Yeah.
So close to a 4.
I'll give it a straight even 4. Just because
Okay.
I have the guilt of it.
It should be.
It
I mean,
deserves it.
it was, dude, I struggled. I went back and forth between 4.01 and 3.89. I was like, it's almost a 4.
Yeah, I'll give it the 4.
Okay. The lid.
Okay, so that comes out to 3.883333, and that puts it at number 51. It is right below National Lampoon's Vacation, and it is right above The Descent.
I think
I'm okay with that.
I am too, but I think The Descent might be a little bit better. But
Yeah. But again, when you stop and think about how much fun you had watching this,
yes,
you
This
don't
was
have
way more
watching
fun than The Descent. This is way more fun.
The Descent is a scary fucking movie and it's really well done. But this is just a fun fucking movie.
It
So
is.
I'm okay with it being above it.
Yep. It sits right where it should then.
Yep.
All right, guys. Like I said, we will be back in 2 weeks where we will be breaking down Magnolia for the Great Radio. And on our sister podcast, Violent Vinyl Radio, we will be breaking down Junkyard's second studio album, 6s, 7s, and 9s, in tribute of the great late David Roach, who we just lost. So there you go. Spoiler alert, one of my favorite hair metal albums of all time. If you want to call it that, it's more of a true rock and roll album, but tune in if you want to know what we think of that one. So until next time. Hey, did you ever see that movie? See you later.